The education of love. Arlo had built his business with discipline, vision, and relentless hard work. At just 32, he was one of the youngest and most successful businessmen in the city. His mother, Mira, watched him rise with pride. She worried that success might pull him away from family traditions, so when the time came for Arlo to marry, she chose a simple village girl. Her name was Freya, gentle, innocent, soft-spoken. She knew nothing beyond household responsibilities. College, careers, and modern education were far from her world. Mira believed simplicity would bring harmony to Arlo's life. But harmony didn't come. Silence did. Chapter 1: Marriage of Different Worlds. The wedding was beautiful, a union between two lives that had never intersected. Freya entered her new home with trembling happiness. She didn't understand Arlo's world: business meetings, investments, emails, schedules, but she understood love. She believed with enough kindness, everything would fall in place. Arlo remained respectful, but distant. He often left early, returned late, and kept conversations short. Freya sensed his disappointment, even if he never said it aloud. She tried to win his heart through the only way she knew: cooking his favorite dishes, keeping the home spotless, serving him with care. But she could feel it wasn't what he needed. One evening, Mira saw Arlo sitting alone, lost in thought. "Is something trouble you?" she asked gently. Arlo sighed. "Ma, Freya is kind, but we're worlds apart. We don't connect. I don't know how to talk to her about my life. She doesn't understand anything about what I face every day." Mira felt a heavy ache in her chest. She loved Freya like a daughter. But she also knew Arlo was right. They had brought a girl from a small world and placed her inside a bigger one without preparing her. That night Mira made a decision that would change all their lives. Chapter 2: A New Start for Freya. The next morning, Mira approached Freya, who sat folding clothes quietly. "Freya, Beta," Mira said softly, "would you like to learn something new?" Freya looked startled. "Learn? I don't know how." "That's exactly why we should begin," Mira smiled. "There is no age for learning. Education will help you understand Arlo better, and it will help you understand yourself too." No one had ever asked Freya what she wanted, what she dreamed of. A small spark of hope entered her heart. "I want to try," she said slowly. "If it makes Arlo happy. I want to learn." And so began Freya's journey. Chapter 3: The Transformation Begins. Mira hired Amrita, a kind tutor who started with basics: simple English, basic mathematics, learning to read with confidence. Freya struggled in the beginning. Her hand shook while writing. Her pronunciation was rough. She felt shy, embarrassed, and sometimes even foolish. There were days she cried in frustration. But Mira stood beside her like a pillar. "You're not weak," she reminded her. "You're brave. You're learning something new for love." Freya began waking up early, finishing chores quickly, and spending long hours improving herself. She learned how to use a laptop, how to type emails, how to speak confidently. She watched business interview videos, learned new words, and wrote daily notes about what she learned. And Arlo slowly noticed. He saw her reading every night. He saw her practicing English in front of the mirror. He saw her confidence quietly blooming. But he didn't yet know the effort behind it. Chapter 4: The First Connection. One evening during dinner, Freya asked softly, "Arlo, how was your meeting with the German company today?" Arlo froze mid-bite. This was the first time she had asked something from his world. "It went well," he replied, curious. "How did you know about it?" "I read about them," she said shyly. "I wanted to understand the things that matter to you." Arlo stared at her, not in irritation, but surprise. There was sincerity in her eyes, an effort he had not expected. Over the next weeks, he watched her more carefully. He noticed the books arranged neatly: communication skills, beginner's business studies, confidence building. He saw her talking fluently with her tutor. He heard her practicing English sentences softly in the room. And slowly, admiration grew inside him. Freya had stepped into a world completely unfamiliar, only to reach closer to him. Chapter 5: The Soft Beginning of Love. Several months passed. Freya not only learned academic subjects but also personality development, social etiquette, and ways to participate in conversations. She still managed the home beautifully, but now she balanced study and responsibility with grace. One night, Arlo entered the room and found Freya preparing a small presentation for her class. Notes, charts, and handwritten lines lay around her. "You made this?" he asked. Freya nodded nervously. "It's not perfect." Arlo sat beside her. "Show me." Her hands trembled as she clicked through the slides. They were simple, but they reflected heart and effort. Arlo felt something shift inside him, a warmth he hadn't allowed before. "I had no idea," he whispered, "how hard you've been working." Freya looked down. "I just wanted to understand you better." Arlo reached out gently. "Freya, you're doing more than I ever expected." That was the moment a true bond began, not forced by marriage, but formed by respect. Chapter 6: A Confident Freya. 6 months later, Mira organized a family gathering. To everyone's astonishment, she placed Freya in charge of hosting. Freya dressed simply yet elegantly. Her confidence shone as she greeted guests, conversed naturally, even discussed one of Arlo's recent projects with intelligence and poise. Arlo watched her from across the room, unable to believe she was the same nervous girl he had married. She wasn't pretending. She had truly grown. Later that night, Arlo hugged his mother. "Ma, thank you. You helped Freya shine. And you helped us find happiness." Mira smiled softly. She walked the hardest path herself. "You must walk with her now." Arlo knew she was right. Chapter 7: A Partner at Last. A few weeks later, Arlo came home early and handed Freya 2 tickets. "What are these?" she asked. "A business conference," he said. "I want you to come with me." Freya's eyes widened. "With you?" "Yes," Arlo said warmly. "You belong by my side." At the conference, Arlo proudly introduced her to colleagues. Freya spoke with elegance and confidence. She didn't act superior, she remained humble, but knowledgeable. On their way home, Arlo held her hand gently. "I'm proud of you, Freya," he whispered. "And I'm truly happy with you." Freya's heart filled with warmth. Months of effort had blossomed into the respect and love she had longed for. "And I'm happy with you, Arlo," she replied softly. Epilogue: A life built together. Their home changed. Their marriage changed. They changed. Conversations replaced silence. Laughter replaced distance. Arlo shared his dreams with her. Freya told him hers, dreams she didn't even know she had. She didn't become a businesswoman, and she didn't need to. She became a woman confident in her abilities, her identity, and her place beside Arlo. Arlo did not marry an educated girl. He married a determined one. And together, they built a life filled with respect, partnership, and love. A life where they truly walked side by side.